Guys, this video was very interesting. I got more views, more likes, and more comments than the usual. The title is No One Wants to Be a Network Engineer Anymore. Is it true? Yeah, that's the title. For those who enjoyed the video, thank you very much, and I appreciate all of your support. I reviewed some of the comments, and I replied to some as well. It was a really good discussion. Well, we're not done yet. We will just continue the discussion here in this video. I saw one of the comment. He's saying network engineering job is boring. That's why no one wants to be a network engineer anymore. There's no better way than to compare the network engineering job than other popular jobs in the IT industry. So, let's begin. Let's compare network engineering with application development career. And to be fair, an application developer has more opportunities. An application developer can build an application without network engineering skills. You can start building a startup company by just creating web applications, mobile applications, and doing lots of social media marketing. Yeah, that will work. Network engineering jobs leads towards more into telcos, service providers, VARs or value-added resellers, and even vendors. So it's a little different route compared to an application developer career. Also, in network engineer or network engineering role, your career journey involves with certifications and how much complex network knowledge you possess. Certifications are not so popular in the world of application developer career. How about pay scale and top level opportunities? I know, it still depends. Everything is it depends. Okay, so the average salary of application developer probably higher than the network engineer. But if you are an expert like CCIE level, where you build and design advanced network technologies, it can match a software solution architect position, especially if you're working with vendors such as Cisco, Arista, F5, and many others. Now, for the instructor role, instructor who delivers network technologies versus instructor who delivers programming, no doubt, network technologies is generally more expensive, so the daily or monthly rate of a network engineer instructor is higher. Now let's decide which one is boring between the two, network engineer or application developer. Man, you have more chances of being an entrepreneur and a multimillionaire as an application developer. Yeah, maybe. Network engineer is boring compared to an application developer role. Let's compare network engineering with system administrators. I would say network engineers has more opportunities. If you work in VAR or value-added resellers, the opportunities for sysadmins are very limited because you are working only on server technologies. So we have Red Hat, Microsoft, VMware, Dell, and other fews. Whereas in network engineering, we have Cisco, Arista, F5, Extreme, and other wireless companies. And you can also extend to network security such as Fortinet, Palo Alto Networks, Checkpoint, etc. Again, for network engineers, there is NOC or Network Operations Center. And there is no server operations center for sysadmins. If you're working in a large enterprise environment like banking, oil, airlines, casino, etc., I think it's the network engineer who has more opportunities. Because think about it. There are two sides of network environment. We have the campus network side and we have the data center network side. The campus network side, this involves with more wireless, voice and video. And the data center side, this involves with more servers, applications, and storage. Now, if you think about it, the system administrators, more likely you're only working on the data center on the server side. How about pay scale and top level opportunities? If you are an expert like CCIE level, you build and design advanced network technologies, you are probably getting higher salary than the Linux or VMware expert / architect. What do you think is cooler, huh? CCIE or Red Hat Certified Architect? Come on, man. Now, for the instructor role, instructor who delivers network technologies versus instructor who delivers Microsoft, Linux, VMware. No doubt, the daily or monthly rate of a network engineer instructor is higher. Now let's decide which one is boring. Obviously, the sysadmins. But sysadmins can easily transit to cloud technologies because being a system administrators, you're working with applications, networking, storage, and many others. Let's compare network engineers with cloud engineers. It's obvious that cloud engineers has more opportunities. As a matter of fact, cloud technologies are disrupting the data center networking business. I know many people lost their jobs because their company migrated everything from their data center to the cloud, but not the enterprise networking. You see, you can't move wireless access points to the cloud. How can you do that? And those wireless access points connects to lots of switches. Now, for small business and startups, you probably need a cloud administrators or cloud engineers. And you probably don't need a network engineer. Though network skills is needed when managing the cloud. But for small sets of applications, you can actually use the default VPCs or default virtual private cloud. This is the part where networking is already pre-built. You don't need to know those complexities. No STPs, no port channel, no port configuration, no link redundancies. Let's talk about pay scale. For entry, associate to mid-level position, and we're talking about average salary here, cloud engineers probably will get more. If you're talking about expert level, like network solutions architect versus cloud solutions architect, I would say about the same. Instructors who delivers network technologies versus AWS, Azure, Google Cloud instructors, no doubt. The daily and monthly salaries of a network engineer instructors are higher. Okay, there is way more excitement on being a cloud engineer versus a network engineer. You see cloud communities like AWS communities or Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure, they're more active and provides more perks. Think, which organization would you prefer working with more? Cisco Systems or AWS? So, network engineer is boring if you're going to compare it to cloud engineer. Let's compare network engineers with cybersecurity professionals. Now, I don't really want to compare these. Maybe in another video. You see, there are at least 4 main paths to cybersecurity. The first is the management, where they create policies, strategies, all boring stuff. There is also offensive security, also known as ethical hacking or penetration testing. There is also security design and implementation focusing on perimeter security. And if you are a skilled network engineer, it's easy to transit to this role. There is also security operations. That is also huge. If you are a skilled network engineer, and if you understand the basics of IPS and IDS, what else, NDR and a little Linux, you can easily move to security operations. Now, I see many of you network engineers defends that strong network is required in cybersecurity, and a good network knowledge is also required for cybersecurity. Yes, it's supposed to be required, but you cannot believe how many security professionals doesn't even have an understanding of basic networking. So many of them, especially those who are pretending to be cybersecurity leaders. Ask them, test them out. What is 1 plus 1 in binary? That's the most basic. They can't even answer it. What more with routing, huh? Okay, so this is one of the things that is not a conversation with network engineers. I want to work with Fang. My dream job is with Fang. I will start my career with a startup, and then after a year or two, I will move to Fang. Yeah, you won't hear that conversations with network engineers. You see, network engineers, they talk differently. They discuss concepts, protocols, interconnected links, and many others. And it doesn't require too much creativity unlike programmers or application developers. But network engineer roles will never fade away. Think about it. If there are no network engineers, who will maintain the internet? Not all companies are moving to the cloud, you know? And the cloud provider themselves, they need talented network engineers.